Captain Brown, you ask me why the nation trembles. It is because Congress has now put its full weight behind the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. The 31st Congress has declared that no black person, free or enslaved, has any safety anywhere in the country. Man may stand on free soil and breathe free air, and if he can't show free papers, he can still be dragged back into bondage without so much as a word in his own defense.
Frederick, you speak as if this is something new. This wickedness did not begin in 1850. The first Fugitive Slave Act was passed in 1793, long before the so-called Compromise. The nation has always bowed to the slave power. This is merely the latest tightening of the chain.
You're right about its age. John Brown, this new act, it is harsher, broader, more merciless. It deputizes every citizen. It punishes any man who dares help a freedom seeker. It denies the accused even the dignity of a jury. And the commissioners, they are paid more if they send a man back into slavery than if they set him free.
Exactly. That's exactly why I say what I say. If the law is wicked, then obedience to it is wickedness. And you cannot reason with a serpent. Frederick, you cut off its head.
But listen, many states are resisting. They refuse to let their jails be used. They refuse to lend their officers. Some states have passed personal liberty laws. That requires a jury before any person can be removed. The North is not entirely asleep.
Asleep, you say? They are sleepwalking, while men, women, and children are being hunted like animals. Jury trials, paper shields, slave catchers, they come with badges and federal authority. And you know as well as I do, free black men have been seized, shackled, and sold south with no proof required. Your own words, Frederick. Why, even free men were captured and sold.
Yes, I have seen it. I have lived it, and I know the terror it brings.
And how can you speak of patience, or faith, or hope? Hope does not stop a man with a whip. Faith does not stop a man with a chain. The slaveholder will not be persuaded by scripture or conscience. If the good book cannot stop a slaver, what makes you think your words will?
Because words can move nations. John Brown, words can turn the heads of millions. Words can expose the hypocrisy of a country that claims liberty while practicing tyranny. I believe in moral persuasion because I have seen it change minds. I have seen it awaken the sleeping.
I have seen it fail. I have seen men nod at your speeches and then return home to profit from cotton. I have seen churches pray for the slave soul while refusing him a seat in the pew. I have seen politicians praise freedom while voting to strengthen the slave power. Frederick Douglass, the time for talk is ending.
And yet, John Brown, if we abandon hope, what remains? If we abandon faith, What guides us? Violence may free some, but it may also destroy many others. And I cannot endorse a path that leads to rivers of blood.
Blood is already flowing. The slave bleeds every day. The lash draws blood. The auction block draws blood. The only question is whether the oppressed will bleed alone, or whether the oppressor will finally taste the cost of his cruelty.
I do not deny the righteousness of resistance. I only fear the scale of the storm you wish to summon.
Storms cleanse the air. Storms uproot the rot. Frederick Douglass, I do not ask you to abandon your voice. I ask you to understand that some of us must take another road. You keep hope alive. You keep faith alive. But as for me, I will keep a loaded gun.
I will keep believing that this nation can be awakened without having to be burned to the ground.
Let us walk our paths side by side, if not step by step. You strike the mind and I strike the chains. Perhaps together we may yet see freedom.
Perhaps we shall, John Brown. Perhaps we shall.